Hi everyone, I'm Vale, and today we're going to be talking about herpes, a common viral infection that affects millions of people worldwide. First, let's talk about what herpes is. Herpes is caused by the herpes simplex virus, or HSV. There are two main types of herpes, HSV1 and HSV2. While HSV1 is often associated with cold sores around the mouth, HSV2 is more commonly linked to genital herpes. However, both types can cause outbreaks in different areas of the body. Herpes is spread through skin to skin contact, and it's important to know that it can be transmitted even when there are no visible symptoms. This means someone could be unknowingly passing the virus to others. Most importantly, herpes doesn't define a person. It's a manageable condition, and with the right knowledge and care, individuals can live healthy lives. Now, let's talk more about the symptoms and what happens when someone contracts herpes.
When someone contracts herpes, they might experience symptoms like blisters or sores in the affected area. This can be very painful and uncomfortable. However, many people with herpes may not show symptoms right away or might have very mild ones. This is why regular checkups are open and communication with partners are super important. The first outbreak is one of the worst, but subsequent outbreaks tend to be less severe. While there is no cure for herpes, the good news is that it can be managed effectively with the antiviral medications. These medications help reduce the severity and frequency of outbreaks, and they can also lower the risk of transmitting the virus to others. It's essential to talk to a healthcare provider to get a proper diagnosis and treatment plan. But even without treatment, many people with herpes experience long periods of time without outbreaks. Now, let's dive into how we can help prevent the spread of herpes, because it's super important to be very informed of the consequences and how to prevent it.
Prevention is key to reduce the spread of herpes, and it's something we all need to take seriously. The most effective way to prevent the transmission of herpes is through consistent condom use, because it provides a barrier that can reduce the chances of spreading the virus during sexual activities. It's also important to avoid contact during outbreaks, as the virus is most contagious then. However, even when there is no visible symptoms of herpes, the virus can be still transmitted. That's why it's so important to have open conversations with your partners about sexual health. For those who are already living with herpes, suppressive therapy can be a game changer. This involves taking daily antiviral medications to reduce the outbreak and the risk of transmission. Emotional and psychological support is also crucial. Many people feel isolated or ashamed when they are first diagnosed with herpes, but it's important to remember that herpes is a common virus. So a healthcare provider or joining supports group can make a big difference in managing the emotional side of herpes.
In conclusion, herpes is a manageable condition that millions of people live with every day. While there's no cure, there are effective treatments and preventive measures.
It is very important to understand the symptoms and take the necessary steps to manage the virus, whether through medications or safe practices.
Finally, let's eliminate the stigma surrounding herpes by being informed and supporting one another. We can create a healthier, more comprehensive community. Thank you for watching.